Hello YouTube, Easygoing MC back with another Minecraft tutorial. Today we'll be taking a look at an iron farm for 1.15 and up. This farm is pretty minimalistic in design, only requiring materials you could gather in the first couple hours of playing on your Minecraft world, and also produces around 800 iron an hour, meaning that this is a great early game farm or even a late game farm if you're not going to require too much iron. This farm works by using the villager panic feature, which we'll get into a more in-depth explanation about right now. However, if you're not interested in learning about the mechanics, I've put the tutorial watermark on the screen right now for when I start building this farm. It's a great farm, I strongly recommend it. It's reliable and produces a lot of iron, so I hope you stick around to watch the tutorial. Let's now get into an in-depth explanation of the mechanics of this farm, and we are going to do that over here. So the way this farm works is pretty simple. So essentially, a villager enters a panic state whenever it's within the realm of the enemy of the villager, so a zombie as we just said. So when we have villagers in this state, in order for them to try to spawn an iron golem, three things must be met. We're going to unpanic these guys real quick. First, they must have worked in their workstation in the past day and a half. So as we can see, they just worked in their workstation. And they must also have slept in the past Minecraft day. So they've just done that right there. So essentially, once that has been met, once they're in a panic state, they're able to try to spawn a golem, and we should see that pretty shortly. As you can see, an iron golem spawned over there. The only other condition for iron golem spawning is the fact that they will not try to spawn another iron golem until it's been 30 seconds since they were last able to detect one, and this is a certain range. So essentially, we can spawn a golem with these villagers under a perfect farm every 30 seconds. But since no farm is perfect, we do have a few seconds of lag time for the golem to flow in the water and fall down the killing tube. We spawn a golem approximately every 35 seconds for each cell in this farm, or about 2 per minute per each. 2 per minute and 10 seconds, which is pretty good and about as efficient as you're going to get a farm like this with this little cost in redstone. So another important mechanic that note is that there is a range on the panic. So as you can see, these guys are panicking over here, but if we put a villager way over here outside a radius, he isn't going to panic anymore. So those are sort of the mechanics governing the farm, and now let's hop straight into the tutorial. So first, let's delve into what we're actually going to need to build this farm. So for the farm itself, you're going to need about a stack and 18 slabs. You're going to need 3 stacks and 4 glass. You're going to need 17 full blocks of your choice. This does not have to be quartz or stained glass, just by the way. You're going to need 10 redstone comparators, 2 redstone torches, 6 redstone dust, a lever, 5 powered rails, 2 detector rails, 4 normal rails, 6 trapdoors, 6 fletching tables, 8 birch fence gates. You're going to need 6 villagers, as well as a zombie that you're going to have to either name tag or allow to pick up an item in order for it not to despawn. And you're also going to need 6 beds as well as a minecart. For the killing system, I don't give you guys exact numbers on this because this is sort of up to you, and I'll get into this more about why this is up to you later on in the tutorial. But if you build a similar killing system to me, you're going to need some glass or a full block of your choice. You're going to need signs, lava, some hoppers, which should be pretty cheap now that you have an iron farm, water, and then a couple of chests to store your items, or a big storage system hopefully, since 800 an hour will require a decent storage system, more than just one chest for sure. So let's get into the first step of this farm. To start off, you're going to need your blocks and your rails. We'll do this step first, as well as a lever. So right here is the center of the farm. This is where I'll be building, where I'll be starting off and sort of basing the whole farm around. This is lined up with that farm here. A world download will be in the description, as this is more of a complicated farm. So what you want to do is you want to place your powered rail on the first one, go out 2 blocks on either side, place a powered rail, then place a detector rail, then place 2 normal rails, and then up like this, place a powered rail right there, cause it to go up, and then you can delete this block. So then you want to mirror the same thing on the other side. So detector rail, 2 normal rails, build up a block, you can break that one, and then a powered rail up like so. And then I did forget my slabs. What you do need to do is just place a slab here, and then you want to power these rails underneath like so. So that's the rail system complete. So the next step we're going to do is we're going to put in the redstone system. So what you're going to do is you're going to come down where the detector rail is on one of the sides of the farm and place 2 glass like this. The reason for this is to make it unspawnable. You're going to place 2 redstone dust like so. You're going to place 6 blocks like that. And you're going to place a full block right here. And you want to place a redstone torch right there. You want to put a half slab on top of this block. You're going to place a glass block right here. Place a redstone dust right there. Place a block here. You can get rid of that block underneath. You want to place a half slab on top of that block. These half slabs are to prevent golems from spawning right here. And then what you want to do is you want to place 3 comparators facing into this block like so, and then place 2 right here. And this is essentially a pulse extender. So now you just want to mirror it on the other side of the farm. So you come over here and just basically do the exact same thing on the opposite side of the farm. So now we're going to put in the villager cells. I've already put in one here as a demonstration, but I'm going to show you guys how to do it on the other side. So you want to start with is place 2 temporary blocks back from this torch, and then place your first fletching table here. Place 2 more going towards the middle of the farm. It should be centered on that original railway. Then what you want to do is place 3 trapdoors. They don't have to be iron, but I recommend it as you don't have to worry about accidentally opening them and such, like so. Then what you want to do is you want to place 2 blocks on either side like this, and then place 6 blocks on top like that. Then what you want to do is just place some temporary blocks back here and place your 3 beds like so. Make sure the pillows are facing the fletching tables. This ensures that the villager is able to detect that these beds are there. Oops, and then you can break these blocks underneath. And that is your villager cells done. If you want, at this time, you can actually place your villagers into the farm. This will allow them to give you some time while you're building the rest of the farm up to allow them to work at their workstations as well as sleep in the beds. This will basically allow the farm to start up as soon as you put the zombie in, which will be the last step. So now we're going to put in the iron golem spawning pads, and I've already put in one over here sort of as a basis for the demonstration. So you're going to do this exactly the same on both sides. So let's get started on this side. So the first thing you want to do is just place 3 blocks right against the beds like so. You want to go 2 blocks out on one side and then 3 blocks out on the other. So unfortunately, for anyone who cares about symmetry, this farm isn't perfectly symmetrical. So then what you can do is just place a row of half slabs right here that are 6 long. You want to leave these 2 blocks on the outsides with no slabs because the glass is eventually going to wrap around like this. And then what you want to do is just build this up to be a 6x6 pad. So we'll do that real quick. And then you want to come to the center 4 and just punch them out. This is where your golems are going to end up falling. So next what you want to do is just build up a 3 tall wall of glass around the whole thing. And then once you've completed that, you want to come inside the pad itself and just place down your fence gates like this. Just open them up so mobs can pass through. I'm not going to, as you can see, I can pass through them. And then what you want to do is you want to place water. However, be careful. If you place it on the slab, it's going to waterlog it rather than place it. So this is something to keep in mind when you're placing blocks. So yeah, just place it on the side of the glass like this. And eventually, once you do all that, it'll basically just flow to the center where your golems are going to fall down. So now you're almost done with the farm. All that's left is to put in a thing that prevents the zombie from burning in the daylight. If we do look at this zombie, it does has a helmet, which means it's not going to burn in the daylight, even if there's no blocks. However, this is a precaution in case, you don't provide it a helmet. So what you want to do is just build up 1 block above the rail, place some slabs right here, extend it out to approximately right here where this rail is. So you're leaving a couple blocks on the end. And then what you want to do is just hop up 1 more block and then place another row right here. And do the same on this side. So this is basically the farm complete. There's only one more step, which is to put your zombie in. as well as the killing system, which I'll explain in just one moment. So an easy way to do this is just to go around at night, find one that can pick up an item, throw it something and do it, and get in the minecart and just sort of throw it onto this track. But I'll just get this guy in place. As you can see, he's going to cause these villagers to panic. And yep, that's the farm done. Now all I got to do is let these guys sleep so they can start spawning golems. And we can name tag this guy then so he doesn't despawn. So then you want to name this zombie. So the reason why that farm wasn't working as first, I sort of cut this from the scene, is just because I had several game rules activated that was freezing the daylight cycle, just so I could record and work in the daylight. But this farm does in fact work. As we can see, we should see the iron golem spawn any second now on one of these sides. There we go. As you can see, it's working. These guys just hadn't worked on their workstations yet is what had happened. So now let's get into how we're going to build up a killing system. And this is sort of up to you. So I'm not going to show you how to do this. I'll just sort of explain. I'll put the world download in the description. But essentially, you're going to want to ensure your golems drop out of the range super quick. So I suggest going like 20 or so blocks down like I do here. Which now that's sort of where it's up to you. So you sort of could build a funnel where you sort of, place glass down like this, narrow them into a water stream, and then they all die at one centralized location. Personally, what I have done in the past and what I would do if I was building this survival is I would skip the funnel, just have them drop onto a pad that's the same exact dimension as that one up there. The similar water setup, all just made out of glass or any full block of your choice. And then they flow in, they drop down, and we have lava that's held up by signs right here with hoppers where the iron is going to be collected. So that's how I would build the killing system. So yeah, world download is in the description if you want to know how to do this. And I would just have 2 of these, and then I would hook this up to a dropper system that would send it off into a storage. But if you do want to, you could transport the golems via water stream to a centralized location, and then they could die right here. But this is my killing system of choice. Just come down 25 blocks or so, build an identical platform with water flowing into the same kind of situation. Make sure you use signs here, not fence gates, otherwise those will burn. And then you have to sort of use a sign to build up the signs. So you drop down one layer, then you have a lava layer, and then if I can get out of this, you have another sign layer preventing the lava from flowing in. Then you just have 4 hoppers feeding into a chest or a storage system of your choice. So that's the farm in its slightest. If you need help with this killing system or the farm itself, I know this can be a little more complicated. Just reach out to me on my Discord. The link is in the description, or you can just leave a comment on this video alternatively. But I definitely encourage the Discord because it'll be a lot easier to chat there. Plus, you can be notified about all my videos and just chat in general. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, guys. If you did, drop a like down below. If you want to see more farms like this, please subscribe. I'm actually going to be doing several more iron farms that sort of scale up this design, maybe improve on it to add more villager cells and sort of increase the rates, hopefully. But I decided to start with this one as it's a really good starter design as it requires very few resources. But other than that, I hope you guys have an easygoing day, and I'll catch you in the next video. Please check out Easygoing Survival if you want to see me build some farms like this in survival mode so you get an idea of just how difficult it can be, though this farm, in my opinion, would be pretty easy to build. Other than that, I'll stop wasting your guys' time of a long outro. Have an easygoing day. I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.